Good morning everybody, it's time for Tick or Fix and it's Friday, yay! So in today's Tick or Fix we're going to be looking at a mixture of problems and they're all the problems we've seen this week. Okay, so if there's a particular problem you find difficult, you could go back to the video, for example on Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday to have another go at practicing those problems. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the questions up onto the screen now, press pause, have a go at them, and when you're ready, press play, and we will tick or fix. And we'll go through each of those questions. See you in a minute. Right, it's time to get going. It's time to get started, and we're going to use those 5 steps in our strategies as well. And the first step is always to read that question so carefully. I cannot insist enough. You need to make sure you read that question carefully, looking out for any keywords, and maybe you need to underline anything like I've been doing, and let's have a go. So the first question then is, choose the symbol to fill the missing gaps. So we've got add, we've got multiply, we've got a subtraction sign, and we've got a division sign. Step 2 is to see what we've got so far. So we've got 11, 4 equals 15. Can you remember what step 3 was for this type of problem? What will help me narrow down which symbols it might be? Yeah, 15 is greater than 11, isn't it? 15 is greater than 11. It's not less than 11, it's greater. So the answer is bigger than the number we started with, which means it has to be either add or multiply. So 11 add 4, let's try that. 11 and 4, 11 in your head, add on 4, 12, 13, 14, 16, equals 15, so it's add. If it had been multiply, 11 multiplied by 4 would be 44. Okay. So 11 and 4 equals 15, let's just check the answer one more time. Step 5, check that answer. 11, add 4, 12, 13, 14, 15 equals 15. If you use the right symbol, I'm good to go. I'm going to start on my next question. Okay, next question. So step 2, we've read the main question. So step 2 is to see what we've got. 6 something 10 equals 60. Step 3 was to see if our answer had got bigger or smaller. So is 60 greater than 6 or less than 6? It's greater than 6. Our missing symbol must be either add or multiply. Let's try with add. 6 add 10, so that's the same as 10 add 6. 10 add 16. Oh, that's not 16, is it? That's 60. So we need to try again. That's how these problems work. You've got to try out different numbers until you find your answer. And it's problem solving. So we've tried add, let's try multiply. 6 times 10 is 60. We know our 10 times table. 6 tens are 60. Perfect. So we know it is multiply. Step 5, let's just double check the answer. 6 times 10 equals 60. I've got my symbol in my missing gap. 6 times 10 is 60. I think we're ready for the next question. I'm going to read this question really carefully. That's step 1, always reading the question carefully. Circle the 3 numbers that add up to 20 and 34. Step 2 is to see what we have already. So I've got 12, I've got 7, I've got 8, I've got 1, and I've got 2. Step 3, I'm going to start with my biggest number. And quite often, lots of the calculations we do at school, we start with the biggest number, then you find that you have less to go when you're adding. So let's start with 12. So 12, I'm going to go for my next biggest number, which is 8. 12 add 8 is, I know my number bonds. 12 add 8 is 20. Yay! Oh wait, I need to have 3 numbers that make 20. 12 and 8, that's just 2 numbers. We need to make sure there are 3. So I can't use 8. If 12 is right, I can't use 8. Let's try 7. 12 add 7 is, well, 7 is 1 less than 8. So 12 add 7 must be 19. I'm at 19 now. And now I can choose one of these numbers. That's right, that one. 19 add 1 equals 20. So let's circle the ones we've got. I'm gonna do step 5, double check my answer before I move on to the next. 12 add 7, 12 in my head, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, add the 1, 20. Looks good to me. Next question then, 34. We've got 11, we've got 5, we've got 20, we've got 3, and we've got 1. So I'm going to put the biggest number first in my head, 20. I'm going to get the next biggest number, which is 11. So 20 add 11, if I add that 10 onto 20, that'd be 30. And then add the 1, 31. And now let's get to 34. These two, 34 add 3. Oh, sorry, 31 add 3 should equal 34. 52, 53, 54. I think that should be right. Let's circle it. And now step 5, check my answer. So I've got 20, add 11 is, or 20 to 10 is 30, add that 1, 31, add 3 ones, 32, 33, 34. Remember that if you're finding any of these problems a bit tricky, go back to the previous videos where we've practiced them and have another go, or get mum and dad to write some more calculations out for you that are similar. Our final question. I'm going to start with step 1, which is to read the question really carefully. Complete the number sentence. Okay, so we're not giving much away there. We just know that complete means we have to finish something off. There's something missing and we need to complete it. So half of something equals 7. And can you remember the strategy for that? So step 1 was read the question, we've done that. Step 2 is see what we've got. So I've got half of something equals 7. So we know that this number is going to be twice as big as this. Step 3 then was to draw it. Hopefully you remember that. Well done. I'm going to draw how many equal parts? 2 equal parts. Well done. And in each equal part I'm going to draw 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, in one of my equal parts I'm going to draw 7. And then because each of the parts have to be the same, I'm going to draw 7 in this one as well. If I add those up together, I've got 14. Half of 14 equals 7. And on last one, 1/4 of something equals 6. So that's what I've got. I've got 1/4 of something equals 6. So I need to draw how many equal parts? 4 equal parts. That's right, because it's quarter. So I need 4 of them. 1, 2, I draw them down here. 3, 4. And 6 is in one of them. So 1/4 looks like that. And if I want my whole, I need to have each part the same. They need to be equal, don't they? Then I draw 6 in each. And now I can use that to find out my whole, because I just need to see how many I've got all together. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. And that was today's Tick or Fix. How did you get on? Are there any problems that you find easier than others? So do you find these ones easier than these two? Are there any that you need a bit more practice with? Don't worry, just keep practicing, keep persevering, and that's how you're going to get better and better. And next week, we'll introduce 4 new problems for you to practice, and then on Friday, we'll keep building our bank of problems up and seeing how you get on. Okay, so see you later then, bye bye.